Welcome to SEO Foundations, Module 3. Today we're going to go through your Search Console. So go to google.com/webmasters, log in, and by this time you should have two properties added. You should have clicked this button, gone through the process to add your website with a www, complete the process, then come back, click the button again, and go through the same process except adding it without the www. Then, when you have both sites in here, we're going to click the website and we're going to select a preferred URL. And that is the one that we're going to be working in. Whichever it is, whether it's www or without, make sure that you have one set here as a preferred URL. So let's go into your preferred URL in the Search Console. We're going to go through 4 of these tabs rather quickly, and in your worksheet there are some items that I want you to check and a small list that we're going to need to make today that will impact the work that we do for the rest of the week. So number 1 is search appearance. And here I want you to check if you have HTML improvements that need to be made to your content. This is an invaluable list right here. HTML improvements, and then it gives you everything here. And if there are pages that need an improvement, it even links to the list of pages. So it's brilliant. You just put this into, either print it off or put it into a spreadsheet and get an assistant or go through it sometime when you're in front of the TV. Change that up. The second thing we're going to look at is structured data. Now, structured data is put in here by a good theme. So if it's done correctly, you probably won't even know that this is happening, and yet all of your information should be structured. That means that it has a schema attached to it. So Google will know whether it's a web page, it's a sidebar, this item is navigation, this is a recipe. Now, recipe you have to add via plugin. The rest of this stuff should be added in via your theme, if you have a good theme. Other plugins that you might want to use are for reviews. If you have a review blog, you want the right markup for a review, and you also want the right markup for video if you do a lot of video vlogs. Or vlogs, okay? So in that list area, we're going to want to make sure that if this is not laid out like this one, if you have a bunch of errors or you don't have very many pages at all that are marked up properly, then you're going to put this on your list of to-dos. This is not to be done today. This is more of, depending on how many, it could be like your within a month or within 6 months or within a year. But the sooner you get this done, the better shape your site is going to be in. Okay, and then number 2, that's all we're going to look at in here. The second one we're going to look at is the search traffic. Let's look at links and your mobile. So first, mobile's pretty easy. That's a yes or no. Are you mobile friendly, and are there any errors in this? If there are errors, that's something that we want to add to your to-do list as well. There we go. And a good theme done within the last year or 2 should be mobile friendly. And let's look at the links to your site. So when we're doing this, we can see who links the most and which is the most popular content. So these are your most popular posts, and we want to write more about these because obviously this is striking a chord with people. Those are the links going to your site, and you can see the total number of links here. This is an important metric of search engine optimization. Internal links is also important, and that's how you link to the pages within your blog. So you are going to want, like this is the about page, it should have quite a few links, right? Because almost every page is linked to the about through the author biography. It links back to this team page. And the home page is linked through to almost every page because it's at the top in the navigation. Because this could have been impacted by Christmas or an event that just happened, and we want to get a bigger overview of what's going on. So this blog is getting 35,000 clicks from Google in the last 90 days, and they're being clicked on these topics right here. So we can go through, and these are the basis for our keyword searching. So I want you to write down the top 15 or 20 of these words and in a list on your worksheet or on the back of the worksheet. This is going to be where we start our research. Okay, that'll be next time when we start getting into the nitty-gritty. There are a few more quick things we're going to check. We're going to look for some duplicate content and the Google index. We want to make sure that everything that we have in the site is actually indexed. For crawl, this is an important one. We are going to see if there's any errors going through and any 404 errors that we can look. If you actually have your site cleaned up, I've never seen a site actually rank perfectly on any of these things. These three should be perfect. But down here, the server error, the server did not return these 2 pages, but as you can see, that was in December last year. I'm not really going to worry about that. It could have been some anomaly. And the only other thing we're going to worry about are the 404 errors. These are the ones that are not found. So you're going to want to write this down on your to-do list to go through the crawl errors, not found links, and manually create redirects. You had a sitemap and you had a sitemap link, and you copied that link, and this is where you would add it. You would put it right here, you submit it, and when it's done thinking about it, it will come out here. The only thing we're looking for is to get rid of issues in this spot right here. It is nice when these are somewhat matching. If you submitted the ones in blue, you do want Google to like your submissions and to index most of them. Images, it's more common to have a bigger discrepancy. And it's also more common to have duplicate images. Okay, so those are the main pages that I wanted to cover today for the Search Console. You should have a nice big to-do list. Don't go through them all. What you're going to do is pick a time depending on how much there is to do and just work through them a little bit at a time and put aside those keywords. They're important for our next session.